but he came right to us and told us everything Alec pitched. And then I gave him right back exactly what Alec pitched to us, and then Andrew's like, we got to get this guy going. What is he doing?
Yeah, the only thing that kind of worried me just for a quick second is maybe since Alec's throwing shit out there, maybe Alex not saying everything Andrew's saying. Andrew could be saying stuff to make it seem worse. Just to make sure that Alec leaves 100%, but at this point, I just don't trust Alec. And he's a bigger threat in this game than Tope is.
Yeah, no, Alec's not trustworthy. Everything he said to Andrew made so much sense and would have been such a good offer to keep him, you know, and he's telling us the exact opposite. And why wouldn't he pick Andrew over us? You know, so I think the real deal is to Andrew.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if I believe anyone besides you.
I believe Andrew. He's like, I trust you guys. He's like, I pray to God Emmett's like on board with me, and well, he's like, cause I'm just gonna put all my faith in this. And he swears to God, he's like, I know this might sound stupid or foolish of me, but if I get to pick when it's down to the four of us, if I get to pick final two, it's you and Emmett. I mean, final three, it's you and Emmett. And he's like, I just have to hope that, you know, you guys look at the smartest thing to do, who to go up against.
I don't know if I believe him there.
And he's like,
Basically, switch out Peter for Tal. At least the total knob's not going to win this game.
what's that?
At least we're guaranteed a total knob's not going to win this game.
Yeah, I know, that's what he said, and that's what I said. So basically, I want Alec gone more than anything in the world, and it's going to be a 3-1 vote.
He said that he doesn't trust you to give him his vote, but he thinks he's got Andrew. And as long as he has me and Pete, he's like, man, I'll be indebted to you. I was like, right on, man.
But you'll be indebted to Andrew, too. Idiot.
Said he'd throw you up as a pawn next week. And
To you?
Yeah. And
he's trying everything at this point. So now he's basically told me 100% he would not put me up if I kept him, blah, 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 blah. 100% it would be Andrew and Tal. Now he's telling you that he'll put me up. He's telling...
Or Pete said if he won, Pete could put you up as a pawn. He told Lala that.
They're lying and they're doing everything they can. They're stupid. Okay, so they told you they put me up as a pawn. They told me that they wouldn't put either one of us up. They'd put Andrew and Tal up.
They told me that they didn't have...
They told Andrew they'd put us up.
They weren't going to rely their trust in you or Lala. Just me, Andrew, and Pete. And from there, Pete told me that he's talked to Lala or something, or talked to Andrew. Oh, talked to Andrew. Pete told Andrew that, you know, he'll go after Lala next week, and he'll put you up as a pawn.
Lala will?
Pete told Andrew that he will put you and Lala up next week.
Who would they get rid of? Who would you guys get rid of?
Between you and Lala? What? Lala.
You don't think Andrew would? You think Andrew would get rid of Lala?
Yes.
Do you think even if we get rid of Alec that Pete will still put us up?
I don't know.
Hopefully.
What, put us up?
Put me into Lala up.
Oh. We just can't go up together, remember? Does that work? Actually, it's better if they try to go the backdoor route. If they try to put you two up, because
you could win it.
I have a better chance of winning a veto, and then I could take you off, and we're both safe.
And we can hug.
And then we can both in that
And
week it's gonna be 2 votes that win, and me and you get to vote who we want to stay.
This could easily work our way, but it could also easily slide the other way depending on who wins. Like,
honestly,
let's get this show on the road. I don't have 2 days to sit around and think about this. Live eviction tonight. Let's do it. Oh, I have no patience for shit like this.
it'd be good to actually, you know what? As I say, it might not be a great time for me for win HOH, but I can't risk letting Peter or Topaz win.
No, you're right. Oh well, and I'll compete next week like a savage, and so will Andrew.
I just hope that, you know, who knows? I can't.
Yeah, no. If you win, it's good because you'll put up Topaz and Peter, and then that gets rid of one of them. And the next week, even though it's just me, and we'll get rid of Topaz. It's just me competing. I'm against Peter, so that's the only person I have to beat, and that's fine.
Yeah. Or maybe I'll put up Lala and Peter. Try to gain some trust from Pete.
Fart? No. Lala and Topaz? She smell fart? I don't. You can come over
Come
here.
over here.
You want me to come over there? Emmett, you
I
did.
swear to God, it wasn't me.
Come close to me. You can smell. I didn't
swear to God, I didn't. That's why I called you out. I'm not gonna call you out if I'm over there.
Well, it doesn't smell like fart over here.
Because, you know, you gotta try to keep Pete happy, and then we might get rid of Lala before we get rid of Pete. But that's just as hard to say. Only thing I can focus on this week is HOH and hope that they get something cool in store for us. Like a wild one.
Okay. What do you mean? You just said the wrong thing. You said you put up Lala and Pete. You meant Lala and Topaz.
Yeah, Lala and Topaz, yeah.
Because you're like, I'd put up Lala and Pete and try to gain some trust with Pete. I'm like, how was that?
Yeah.
Where did Topaz go? And why would that give you trust with Pete? Okay, yeah, no, that would be fine. I'd be fine with either decision. But Topaz would be our target. But who do you think's more likely to win, Pete or Tala in a competition? You need to think of that too. Do you? I don't.
I mean, HOH? Oh, I don't know.
I think Tala would. I'd be more scared to compete against Tala one-on-one than Peter. I guess it all depends on the type of competition, but... Oh, well, either way. They'll be fine. If you win HOH this week, best case scenario, Andrew wins HOH this week. Best freaking case scenario.
Yeah.
I know you really want an HOH win, but we both need to be competing next week. The week after. Andrew would never put us on. Would he?
I don't think so. Well, as I say, the only thing that weirds me out about Andrew a lot is that he's like, gotta remember, this is a game, man. Just a game. Everyone's here competing for the money. It's a game. I'm like, okay. I knew that. You didn't need to reassure me, buddy. Just so you know, it's like,
It makes you think if he turns his back on you, he just wants you to know that it was
Yeah.
not personal. He wouldn't, I don't think.
And just think, if Alex gone and I'm gone, things are looking pretty chummy for him. But that's why it would suck if
Except
Lala...
then I would win it.
Yeah, no, that's why it would suck if Lala won next week. And yeah, she may put up Topaz and Peter, but if she put me up and
Topaz and Peter and Andrew all decided to vote against you?
they decide to get rid of me. Just like, you know, as I say, when you get someone big on a platter, it's pretty hard not to take it.
I think this week would be too early to twist, to put us up for Andrew. But the following week, especially because he knows that if he keeps us both the following week, we're both competing and that will keep him safe. He trusts us.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? Felt like it?
What?
Felt like it?
Felt like being destructive.
So, such a weird game. Like, I get butterflies when I think about it. And we're under a lot of, like, it's just weird stress. Like, we're in this freaking house.
Did you talk to Topaz yet?
Day 50. Yeah? Do I not talk to you since then? I just told you. That's why I didn't want to. That's why when you came in the house, I was about to follow you up the stairs. And then I went to the washroom. I didn't even go to my HOH washroom. I went to the other washroom, brushed my teeth and stuff. And then you came in and I said I just had a really big conversation, so I didn't want to walk right upstairs with you. And yeah, Topaz is throwing Alec under the bus like it's nobody's business. She's like all about getting in like, yeah, girl thing where she blah, blah, blah. Like she's like, I obviously need lines. We had an in-depth conversation. She wanted to know if Alec was throwing her under the bus since day one. And I told her that Alec chose to put her up beside him because he had a better chance against her than Tala. And that he's fighting to the death. He's saying he'll win HOH next week. She's like, Alec actually said the words, I hate Jillian. He hates you. And he doesn't trust Emmett at all. I didn't tell Andrew that because then Andrew would know their deal was probably real. And ours was fake. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he has lost all trust in you. And she said that he's coming for both of you if he stays this week, and he's going to tell you whatever you want to hear to get to stay for another week. And blah, 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 because he wants to come after us. And she said, I don't know, she was just talking about how she said she doesn't trust him and that she knows that he would pick Peter over her in a second and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I would never tell you that I'll throw HOH next week. He's ridiculous. Isn't he supposed to be a social psychologist? She's like, everything he says is so, like, obviously not going to happen and not true that it doesn't even make sense why that he would say it. Like, does he think everyone in here is stupid except for him? She was just... Anyway, she's like, really? Honestly, Jillian, I believe you up to this point. And then I just explained to her why I did what I did. And, like, I really explained to her the real reason and was totally honest and open with her. Like, I'm like, obviously, if I think you have any bit of waver where you think, like, oh, maybe you can't trust me, you're going to be the one that goes up because everyone else, I don't have that yet. Like, why would I break another, bit of trust with someone? And she's like, I know, but I just really didn't want to go up because we made that promise and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, and it really did, like, bother me. It is bothering me. But she's like, I'm not going to say I'm fine with it. But she's like, at the same time, I need to move forward. I need to think about my game. She said she trusts Tala. Tala's one girl. It's like the person in here that she trusts the most now. She doesn't trust Peter. She said, I don't trust Peter. Like, Peter's going to cling to those two guys if Alec leaves. But I don't think that's true. I said, no, I think Peter's going to tell you what you want to hear, but he will go with the guys when it comes down to it. He's going to say, oh, you know what, we got to do this for Alec to you and all that, but he's not going to.
Feed her that shit.
What?
Feed her that shit.
Me? Yeah, I did.
Because if the worst comes to worst, we can split down because you can even feed her a little bit of lies about, I heard Peter telling him about this shit and this stuff, and maybe he's just telling him what he wants to hear, but,
Yeah. And then she's like, did Alec, before that before you had to have a replacement nominee and Alec threw me under the bus and told me to go up, did you, she said, did he say that when you had to choose totally from scratch, when he first went up to talk to you after you won HOH, who did he pitch to you to go up? Was I involved? And I'm like, no, at that point you were not. And then 2 seconds later I was like, yes you were. I was like, yes you were, yes you were. And she's like, I was gonna say, like, if you really break it down, he wouldn't have wanted, he knew you weren't gonna put Emmett up, he knew you weren't gonna put up Andrew, and he didn't want you to put up him or Peter. Yeah, you were. He wanted me to put up you and Dalla. And she's like, oh, what an asshole. She's so pissed. And she's like, I won't say anything. I said, because if you do say stuff, it's gonna get back to me via Emmett or whatever, and then I'll know I can't trust you next week. So, and she's like, I'm not gonna say anything. So that's kind of how I know she's actually not gonna say anything to him. Well, I hope she's not. Why would she? How's that gonna help her game to tell him everything?
You need to get close with Topaz.
We had a really good conversation, and then people kept breaking it up and ruining it and walking in on it.
You need to have another conversation.
We were going to. I said, okay, let's talk a lot later. I said, I want to talk to you in private later. So that she'll put up 2 guys. You mean? Not me and you?
No, she can just stay away from me and you, or at least she only puts up one of us. Fuck. It's more beneficial. It sounds stupid, but it's more beneficial if you go up first.
Yeah.
Because then I'm playing in the veto and I can take you off. Not that I think I just got a better track record with vetoes, and I think, but who knows? It could be like a mind veto. It could be whatever kind of veto. It's just the person, whoever is off, needs to win that veto. It's not the person so much on it, but the person who's off.
Mm-hmm, I understand that. I see where you're coming from.
Because then that person can keep 2 people safe. When the person on the veto can only keep one of us safe. It's better for the person that is not playing. That's why if we go up together, if we go up together, one of us comes off. You know, and then someone else gets thrown up, and one of us, and me, probably be me or Andrew. And then we'll have to send Andrew home. But, worst case scenario is, I go up
against Andrew.
Against Andrew. Fucking Andrew wins veto. Takes himself off. Then they'll put you up beside me.
Oh my god, you just made me feel here. Don't say things like that. That's a worst case scenario.
Yeah. Better case is me and you go up together, or you and Andrew go up. Not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. If you and me go up together. Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. And if me and you go up together and Andrew wins veto, he'll use it on one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we had a solid talk that I felt like we were like being really open and honest about everything.
You and Topaz?
Yeah. And I feel like we're gonna continue that later on. Like it was just too many people were coming.
It's good. You like see Peter and Alec hanging out right now. You should let them do that as much as possible. Because it looks like they're scheming all the time.
They are. Look at them racking their brains for what they're gonna say to the next person. Going to take my multivitamin. Did you have any today? Do you want to get one? Dolo! Hey, Sarah. Sarah. Disheveled? Oh, yeah, we just made a porn for the live feeders. he would turn into a man, and then he's like, I'm not, and then I laughed, and he's like, I'm not joking. My name used to be Alice.
What's that?
Yours.
Just on the women's trying to give me, trying to feminine me up for the competition.
Feminine me up. That didn't work.
Shrink me nuts.
Well, who the hell wouldn't want us out next? If anybody has a bit of brains in here, they'd pick me and you. We're like
Yeah,
the
I know.
strongest couple. Like strongest alliance. Not even that even if we weren't together like that way. If they knew we had an alliance, we're the next smartest people. But I think Andrew thinks it's legit. Like, but it's cool to. I think it's legit that it would be cool. Like, we could easily want to go to the finals with Tala or Peter, but we don't.
Yeah.
I think he's the same way. Like, he doesn't just want the weakest links in the final 2 with him, 3 with him. I don't think he does. I think he wants us. But why?
That's why I don't think he does.
If I win, he knows we're taking each other to the final 2. But he kind of talks to me about, like, how, he never once said it, but he's like, you gotta think about what's smartest for your game. Did you come into this game and you didn't even know Emmy? You've only known him for 40 days. Like, you need to think about who you're better chance of winning against. And he's like, well, I guess I won all the competitions. And he's like, I guess I won more competitions than him, so I guess you could look at me as a bigger threat. But who are you more intimidated by? And blah, blah, blah. Like, in that sense. And I'm like, well, obviously Emmett. I feel like I would rather go into a competition against you than Emmett.
What did you say?
See? Like, basically, you gotta look at your own.
Yeah, but that's, there it goes again. Like, he would probably rather go into the final 3 with you and Lala. See what I mean?
He says he wouldn't.
Yeah, well. What is
That's
that?
okay,
What does that
'cause
matter?
at that
What does
point,
that
it's
matter?
more
At
likely
that
that
point,
one of
he's
us
talking
will
about you picking.
Yeah.
Being intimidated by someone there's no competitions after that.
Oh, you're more likely who you're more likely to win against, or whatever.
That's what he's talking about, is it? Or is he talking about the competitions? If he's talking about the competitions, then he's planning on getting rid of me before then.
No, he was talking about the final 2 right then. It's like once it's down to final 3, like he seems solid on the final 3.
Well, of course he does to you.
When he wants Alec out,
Of course he does.
he doesn't want to see Tala win the game because she's done nothing.
Yeah, but Alec will go after Andrew.
No, he won't. He'll go after us. We'll find out later. We're watching this at home.
Yeah.
Who he'll go after. Let's see who's right.
Yeah, a bunch of told you so's.
I just did it for a joke. I think it was.
Who was down there?
Everyone. So of you eating, and I was like pissed that I was sitting in the wettest seat ever. My whole butt was soaked. Thought it was Alec, the idiot.
I'm gonna go get Andrew and go work out.
Andrew told me not to. Don't tell Emmett where I am. I need some rest. I don't want him to pull me into a workout. I'm like, I won't tell him where you are. He'll never find you.
Where is he, in the bedroom sleeping? Good hiding spot.
In his bed. Hey, Jill. When before I left the room, he's like, don't tell Emmett where I am. Go get him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a workout too soon. I'm just not mentally there yet. I don't know if I'm gonna do back and core or if I'm gonna just do yoga. Not just do yoga. Yoga would be the harder choice.
Whatever makes you most sweaty.
Why? You like me sweaty?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
No, I figure it's something I'm just gonna have to learn to like.
Me sweating.
Yes, you sweating a lot.
You have to learn to like it. Well, you have to like me for who I am. And I'm a sweaty girl.
Very sweaty.
Well, Lord Jesus, I hope our home's not like this. It is the hottest place on earth.
Did you say our home?
I know I didn't.
Oh, Jill. Oh, Jill, what are you saying?
I was gonna say hour, and I was
Okay,
and then I changed to I meant home, like Nova
No,
Scotia.
you didn't. You said our home, Jill.
I know it
Think
came
you're
out.
moving in with me?
I know it came out that way, but it's not what I
Jill's like,
meant.
well,
Shut up.
I really
I'm
have a
done
place
with
to
this
stay right
conversation.
now.
Shut up.
Maybe I'll come
I'm
live
done
with
with
you.
this conversation.
Maybe I'll come live with you.
I wasn't gonna let. I
Is
wasn't.
your house warm?
Do you know what? I could have pointed something out that you said one time and I didn't. So don't
What?
do it to me on TV.
What?
You said something by accident once, and it was. I know you didn't mean it, but something came out of it, and I was just like left it where it was because it sounded really bad, and I wasn't gonna just point it out on TV. So don't point stuff like that out. I didn't mean it that way, and everyone fucking that's watching thinks I just said that.
It makes you want to move with me.
I was gonna say hour, and then I was gonna say I didn't know. Home as in Nova Scotia. Ew. What, Emmett? Do you want me to point out things to you that you said? And then you told me I had garlic breath last night.
No, I didn't.
Yeah?
No, I didn't.
What did you say? Did you eat a lot of garlic butter after I got out of bed from you?
Wonder why I said
It was a
that.
bug.
Wonder why I said that.
I know why you said it. Do you think I'm stupid?
Wow, you keep pointing out these things. Trying to make you look bad. Might look good with a mustache.
No, nobody would. Especially not this one. Would I?
Not bad.
Not bad. So what you're saying is that I shouldn't wax my lip.
Nice. I've seen girls with worse.
You didn't.
You know what kind of girls come from out where I live.
That when Andrew was going on about the roadkill thing last night, I thought it was gonna pee my pants. It was the funniest thing I ever in my life. Imagine we find out Andrew's something he's not. He's not in insurance at all. Insurance is the most boring thing you can be in. Why is Andrew in it?
I don't know.
Again, he has to make it funny and interesting, so
Yeah.
he'd be the perfect person to do that. But he's probably not what he's saying he is. I think if one person's lying about what they do, it's him.
Yeah. When his dad passed away, he probably got quite a bit of money.
Yeah. Tala, yeah, he's not. He doesn't need the money, but he's just telling what he's doing. Tala, what was I gonna say about Tala? Oh, Tala's a
Social worker.
social worker. She knows a lot more than we think she does. She's fake being stupid.
I hope so, for her sake.
She is. Yeah, she talks about things that I know that I don't know, she was talking about conspiracy theories this morning, and she just says things that I know that she's smarter than she lets on.
That's not hard. Right now, she acts like she has a capacity of a grade 4.
Like, she was, like, acting like, she's like, is New Glasgow, like, a province? And I was like, yes. You didn't know New Glasgow was a province? And she's like, no. Is it really? And I'm like, oh, my God.
And she's trying to act like an idiot.
And then she's like...
You should bring that up to Andrew. Just put a little bit of fear in him about her.
Later.
Yeah.
He doesn't trust her 100%. But I want to say that she's smarter than she lets on. He doesn't know she's a social worker.
You should tell him.
I will later. You're the only person I told that to. I think I'm the only person that knows. And maybe Topaz. You want a Monster Red Bull energy drink?
Want one?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got one? Did you fill up the water thing?
Good girl. Good girl, Jillian. I kind of want to make honey garlic ribs. I want to make the ribs.
Yeah, I don't want Topaz make ribs. Fucking
She's
hell.
just gonna cook. Well, I would have started them a lot earlier. They take like 7 hours for the ribs I make. But then they get so tender that they just fall right off.
You should do that.
I don't know if I have the right seasoning salt for them. I haven't done it in a while. You bake them for like 6 hours, rotate them every 30 minutes, and then you break them all apart, put them in a crock pot with sauce, homemade honey garlic or barbecue sauce, and put them in the oven for, I don't know, 2 hours.
Nutritional facts of water.
0.
0 calories, 0 fat, 0 carbs, 0 grams of protein. No less than,
What was Andrew saying that day?
and there are any calories in water.
Fat.
There's any fat in water.
He's funny. I can't even look at Alec now that I know what he's doing. Is that Tutu?
Hmm?
Is that little Tala Tutu going for a swim?
Yeah. I don't know, get Andrew.
I'm gonna go to the diary room. Oh, sweating.